Hello everyone, hello, welcome in. This is another episode of Ship Talk. Today we're going over the newest ship of the verse, the Misc Hull B. A really cool cargo ship, one that's actually can hold a lot of cargo and still land on planet, so we really like that about it. I've really grown to like it. A little different than I'd probably possibly hoped. We're going to go over that during this episode, but stay with me. We're going to put this thing to work after we check it out in the hangar, check out the interior, give it a good walkthrough, and see just how well this thing does with cargo and just how much we like it. So let's go. All right guys, so right here in my hangar, we've got the Misc Hull B, currently spindles in. You've got it sitting on its landing gear. It actually sits up pretty tall, which was to be expected with it being able to still hold that much cargo. Really gonna be creative how well these spindles kind of roll out, which is gonna be my favorite part. It's got a tractor beam on each side. It's got these really cool like folding panels that on the top and everything. You still get that industrial feel. You got the piping around the thrusters, which we actually get some really big thruster engines on the back here. I've actually got it powered on right now. Powered on, engines on. Get that really cool effect coming out of the thrusters, which I really like that they were able to actually manage to get the really big thrusters on the back. It definitely gives it that Misc Hull B or that Misc Hull feel to it. Do like that about it. So all in all though, my biggest complaint is it feels almost smaller than I'd kind of anticipated when they first announced that it got an upgrade on the cargo. So once we actually get this thing like sitting in the pilot seat and we're like viewing it, now you're probably wondering like price wise what I think about it. And this thing did get $140 price before IAE, and now it's sitting at $280 non-war bonds, so it basically doubled in price. That part is it's where the sizing part of it that kind of like makes me question a little bit. So we won't get too much into that. We'll check out the interior real quick. Call the elevator. This is very much like the Star Lancer TAC in terms of how the elevator comes down, which I like. I like when manufacturers kind of stick to their grassroots. Same with the whole cockpit and the windshield on these Misc ships. So go ahead and call it up. I will tell you, out of the way these spindles kind of roll out is one of the most impressive things I've seen CIG do. So I'm excited to show that to you. Now, interior wise, there's not really a lot to show off. I do like this little like engine bay room that they've got happening. I've actually got this thing that actually controls the spindles. You've got your engineering terminal, all your component accesses, easy to get to. I'm always a big stickler for like revealed components. That's a big thing for me. The fact that something like the Shiv didn't get that off release, I don't quite understand. But the fact that we've actually got this here, I like this about it. I like things like this. So it's the small things, right? So you get 2 suit lockers, you get this bench you can sit at. Now you're probably wondering what this door is. It's literally just an airlock. Opens up, go outside. If you want to jump off the ship sooner or something, that definitely works. You got your weapon locker. So all this part looks really good. I actually like that they got this kind of like this staging area before you go to the dock. Let's see, you got your hallway through here. This one here is for your like little habitation area. You got your table, your kitchen area, and then you have over here you have your bunk bed and your captain's quarters, anyways. Your chair, desk. You actually have a little window looking out, which is kind of nice. Some shelving, so when you have like more flare things to put in there, definitely a good place for it. Come in here, you have your bathroom area, your shower. Now, good thing to take note, we actually are showing off this nice ASD gear right here in the mirror. So it's always cool when the mirror works right back and looking at us. You got the sink. Everything looks really good though. It's actually a very, very clean ship. Just the amount of detail they put in all our CIG ships here and the Star Citizen ships is just freaking phenomenal. You do have some components in here, fuses and things like that. Always love that stuff. So not all of it's in that same engineering room, but they've got a lot of it in there. So I like it though. It looks all really good. Now, as soon as you step in here in the bridge, you're already just amazed with your Misc vibe. Definitely sets off with the classic windshield that they have. Now, you do have a utility locker here, which is kind of cool. Actually, first time I've ever even seen that, so that's pretty sweet. And then if you want to control the tractor beams on each side, you'll have to be from the co-pilot seat. Pretty cool way of doing that. We won't bother doing that until we have some cargo to load. Go ahead and sit in the seat. Go ahead and actually showing up. Power's on now. There we go. Now this is where I'm kind of like, I question the price of the Hull B. Yeah, I know it holds a lot of cargo, but if you look at this ship right now and you're kind of thinking to yourself, I spent $280 on this. If you don't have to spend that, but like, it's not in game right now. If you have it, you most likely spent money on it. If you bought the non-war bond edition, your costs in $280. Yes, there's ways to get it cheaper by CCU chains and whatnot, but the overall price for this thing, $280. You're kind of looking at this thing like, wow, this is not a lot of spaceship for $280 for a cargo ship, right? So once we get these spindles out, which we can actually do now, let's go ahead and show you that. You can actually do it from the ground here. A very cool animation. I love this part about it. Honestly, CIG nailed it. The way these spindles come out is just phenomenal. Even the way they stagger together. I don't know if you caught that or not. We'll check it out when we come actually back into, but it's much longer, of course. Even with the cargo and stuff, it feels like it's almost still too tiny, and I'm going to prove that to you once we get to flying it. But somebody said this on my stream the other day. It basically looks like a paper towel roll once you have everything like loaded up on it, and I can't unsee it. And to the point where it's almost ruined it for me in a way. But I love the spindles, and that's what it's a love-hate thing for me right now. So go ahead and retract. Watch that animation. It's the way they stagger and like they come down and they come in together. That is phenomenal. I can only imagine how much of a headache that was for CIG. So love that part about it. Just the amount of time it had to take to put that together is I could only imagine. So love that about it. It just seems a little too tiny. I wish it would have been a little bit wider, or maybe found a way to make the spindles kind of compensate to where the cargo could have made it look bigger. I don't know. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna do commodity trading. So I'm gonna actually fly this thing out. We're gonna go straight to probably Misc Hull 3, go buy some stuff, bring it back. So we're gonna cue the music and basically cue the time lapse and get this thing started, guys. So let's go do some cargo. Alrighty guys, so we're pulling up here. I'm actually going to Bikini Point. I decided not to do Misc Hull 3. The trade route wasn't going to be the best one currently right now with the prices the way they're sitting. So going to Bikini Point, we're going to be buying Corundum. We're going to be buying 512 SCU Corundum and taking it to Everest Harbor, which I understand doesn't really give us a lot of like distance on this thing. I did travel in this thing quite a bit the other day on stream. The first day it came out, I want to say I put on like, I want to say it was close to 200 gigamamas that I actually flew it, because I took it to Pyro and back through the gateway. It was probably closer to even 250, and I didn't even put like half of a tank on the Quantum. So somewhere between 50 to 60%. I did actually have to go back and get the real numbers on it, but it was pretty amazing how far we can get with it. So that's definitely a nice thing. If you like to do interstellar hauling, you definitely are gonna like it there. So we're gonna go down to the commodity shop real quick, and we're gonna go buy some Corundum. So cue the music. Alrighty guys, so I've actually had to auto load this thing fully. 512 SCU of Corundum. We have to take this to Everest Harbor, which kind of sucks that I had to auto load it, but it is what it is. It wouldn't let me actually store it here in Bikini for some reason. We had to go ahead and auto load it. No big deal though. We're going to use the tractor beam to unload it there at Everest Harbor, and then we can mess around with it and like load it back or something. But the looks of this thing is actually on the ground looks really great. What I said yesterday about I should say on stream about it looking like a paper towel roll, you don't really get that feel until you're in the pilot seat, but on the ground it looks great. Definitely the way it stands up and the cargo and everything is phenomenal. So definitely not an issue there. Once we actually get this thing out into Quantum, I'll check it out with you guys and see how it looks while we're flying it. So here we are, we're quantuming over to Everest Harbor. We're gonna check this thing out. Actually, while it's flying, it just looks very skinny when it's loaded up. You know, you don't have the cargo spindles like going past the hull of the ship. It's just so like thin and long, and that's probably my initial like thought of it whenever we had heard that it was not only getting more cargo, but actually the spindles were changing. Maybe my process in my head was like, if the spindles go out further to where you can actually like get that almost like whole sea feel from it. It's not quite there with that, so still looks really good. I think just the sizing of it to me is just feels a little off. While it's on the ground though, it does look phenomenal, I'll give you that. While you're sitting there in your hangar and it's loaded up just like we were, it looks phenomenal. I had some situation like, and we may have this issue when I get there, we'll see. Sometimes it wants to roll if you're written like the perfect spot to land in your hangar. Sometimes it wants to roll right over. Not sure if I'll have that problem here. I know I'll make sure to have VTOL on. I had that problem on stream. Maybe if I get crazy, we can try to put a clip of it here. It's kind of funny to watch it do it. But overall, it's still a really great ship. I'm just being, that's almost being like really nitpicky and stuff, but a great looking ship nonetheless. All right, so we're rolling up here, gonna be flying into my hangar. We're gonna try to get a good view of this on the outside. This isn't one that we're flying in from the front though. Actually got to fly this thing from the top. It's gonna be kind of interesting here. It is very long. I'm not sure how the size of it is actually spindled out and actually fully loaded, but my guess it's probably gonna be somewhere around 70 to 75 meters long. Purely a guess though. Someone's probably got a number out there. If you guys know the number, let me know in the comments. I'm actually very intrigued by that number, just how long this thing is. Still fit in a medium hangar. I really feel like they need to increase the cargo elevator size a little bit if this is going to be sitting in a medium elevator, but something closer to like, what would it be, about 256 would have been probably better off. Put our landing gear out. It's so long. Gotta be careful here. The billboard signs got me thrown off a little bit. We do want to kind of stagger this a little bit, and this is where you can get into some little bit of trouble trying to get this just right. Let's go with something like that. I think go ahead and engine down, power down. I mean, technically I probably should have kept power on. And now we can actually go into the co-pilot seat. That's the wrong turret. Let's see, power on. Make sure you want to make sure you have pips to the tractor beam. Go ahead and do both there. Let's see, right click. Let's see, we want the right tractor beam first. You can see the elevator, good spot there. Now this is a pretty good tractor beam. With all tractor beams on the ships, they always seem to be very sensitive. It actually works really pretty well, so get that as close as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. What we'll have to do probably is unload the rest of it by hand. I don't really feel like going back inside the ship just to man the tractor beam. There's definitely, with this tractor beam too, there's not anything that's really going to be like in your way with this thing. You have plenty of space. You can reach every single box, super easy. It's definitely the bright side of like loading your cargo on the exterior rather than interior. Anytime you have that tractor beam inside the ship, things get a lot more awkward. It's like a lot harder to like stack things the right way. So honestly, not too bad. Just for the heck of it, let's see if we go to drop this thing. If we were to try to pick it up, and actually load it back, it's very easy to pivot, rotate, and then bam, just like that. Super easy to do. So that's gonna be like that on both sides. Let's go ahead and just get as many as we can off this real quick and actually start loading it up. But like I said, we'll have to actually do a lot of this by hand, so no big deal. I do like it though. Actually, as terms of tractor beams go, for any ship that I've actually used, this is probably going to be my favorite one. It actually perfect, and there's no issue there, so I like this a lot. All right, so we have the multi-tool in hand. I got the smaller one just to see if we can give you guys a good idea of like how easy it is to load this thing. Honestly, even with the small one, you can actually still reach up top. No big deal. Super easy to do. Honestly, you can't ask for much more when it comes to the loading. It's so simple. All right, everybody, that is everything Misc Hull B, the long haul. A very cool ship that CIG has given us, and the newest cargo ship in the verse. I really like it. Maybe it's a little bit off the mark from what I envisioned, but for the most part, it is actually a phenomenal ship. One I'm probably going to be trying to add in game, maybe not so much on the pledge store. The fact that it got that big of a price increase really kind of like, to me, is a little bit off there too. I think it should have competed something like more closer to like the Starlancer Max in terms of pricing. But a very cool ship. I like it though. It is very cool, very sleek, maybe a little skinnier than I'd hoped. Maybe the spindles don't go out so far, but a very cool ship. If you're a Misc Hull B owner, let me know in the comments what you think. I know a lot of people in my streams have been saying, well, they'd rather have the ironclad or they'd rather have the Raylan, especially on the pledge store when you come to actually like spending your own money to buy these. Ironclad's definitely got my eye for a while. Raylan, I'm very intrigued by. So hopefully we get both these ships within the next 2 months, which I'm very excited for, which you'll also be seeing on another episode of On Ship Talk for sure. So guys, this is the very end of this episode. I want to say thank you all for watching. Leave that like on the video if you can, and comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Misc Hull B. See you guys.